All right, Asa friends, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to try something fun today. So, if you are not familiar, I'm going to be playing Spirit Island. That's a board game. Every month they do a solo challenge, and basically they just determine your starting map, your adversary, your spirit, kind of the setup. So, yeah, I'm going to try the January 2025 challenge. So the restrictions are we have to play as the mud. I don't remember their name. Let's put someone else up here. Fathomless Mud of the Swamp. Okay, so Fathomless Mud of the Swamp. That's what we have to play with. We have to play on board E. We have to play against Russia. We get to choose our level. So I'm going to choose level 1. Now, the only thing I can't do on this digital version of this game is they want the first explorer to be jungle. As far as I know, there's no way to change that. So we're just going to roll and hope it's jungle. And if it's not, then, it's not going to be perfect. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to kind of teach as we go. Yeah, maybe I'll do like a little mini teach as I play. And for this first one. And yeah, we'll just go. We'll see if we win. And if not, then we'll lose. So here we go. Spirit Island. So we're going to hit go. Okay, so Spirit Island, if you don't know, actually I might need to, alright, let's let this go. I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit, just in case. I don't know how loud it is. Okay, and I want to turn down the animation speed. Okay, so this is an anti-colonization game. We are playing a spirit that resides over this island. And so this game is going to take place over multiple years. So every round is a couple of years, essentially. And I think it's 10 years or something like that. So it's a long time, and Russia is coming to colonize this island. And there are the Dahan, which are kind of the natives on the island that are kind of a neutral party. They're friendly. We get along with them. They're going to help us because our goal here is to kill all the invaders or to scare enough away that they will kind of leave the island alone. So this is a cooperative game, but I'm just playing solo. So you start with a spirit. So we're playing the mud spirit. You start with an adversary. So this is our adversary. And this just basically adds a couple different rules. It modifies our fear deck, so cards that we need to go through in order to win. So we'll get to this in a second, but we can kind of look at our board here. So we're playing Fathomless Mud of the Swamp, so we can read this. The island has many swampy deltas along its coasts. Some are fairly navigatable, while others are mazes of murky water, tangled trees, and land that isn't nearly so solid as it appears. Fathomless Mud of the Swamp is one of these latter sorts, with a penchant for spreading. It likes getting everywhere, slowly turning solid ground into muck and mire. Some Dahan villages have struck fruitful bargains with it, easy passage and useful plants in exchange for tasks more easily done by human hands. Most, however, will move on to new living grounds years early should they notice the sodden signs of its moving into their area. Okay, so we kind of get along with the Dahan. So this is what the back of a board looks like. Yeah, you get a little flavor text. Tells us our setup. So this happened automatically. We have something called presents. So we had to put 2 of our presents onto our starting board, which in our case is just the only board, in the lowest numbered wetlands. We'll get to that in a second. And that goes into our play style. So if you're unfamiliar with this spirit. So for us, our spirit likes having sacred sites. That's where you have 2 or more presents on a single land. So we like having sacred sites where invaders are going to build, but we may need to recreate those after oozing outwards with its innate power. So a lot of this will make sense as we play. But we slowly kind of ooze our presence out across the board. In smaller games like this, we might be able to cut off the most inland lands from explore actions by destroying inland towns and cities and stopping new ones from being built. Causes a fair bit of fear, much of which represents unpleasantness, hardship, and disgust. Okay. So what's our win condition? Right now, we are on terror level 1, which means right now in order to win, we need to have no explorers, no towns, and no cities on the board. So as we play, this condition will change. When we get to terror level 2, it'll just say we win if we have no towns or cities on the board. Terror level 3 will be we win if we just have no cities on the board. And then if we get through that final stack, we just win. So we have a win condition throughout the game, but if we cause enough fear, then we just auto-win, regardless of what's on the board. So it already set us up here. So here, I have the numbers off on the lands. Maybe I'll turn them on. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so our setup was in the lowest numbered wetlands. So we have 2 of our presence in the lowest numbered wetlands. So 4 is the lowest numbered wetlands. There's 4 types of land. Wetlands, which are the light blue. Jungle, which are the green. Mountains, which are the gray. And sands, which are the beige. And then there's an ocean, which we'll get into that. But that's not a land for our game. So if you see here, we have 2 of our presence here. And it's got this little, like, sparkly around it. That shows us that it's a sacred site. And then, so it looks like the first explore was wetland, so not really what we wanted for this challenge, but that's okay. We're just going to go on with it. So what does an explore mean? The invaders every turn are going to take a turn. And that they're usually going to explore into the island, then they're going to build, and then they're going to ravage later on. So they're going to just try and destroy the land. And so they explored in the wetlands. At the start of the game, certain things are already populated. So there's a couple Dahan in certain numbered lands. We start with the beasts token in this land. We have a disease token here. And then they explored into wetlands. So what an explore means, if the land is adjacent to the ocean, or if it's adjacent to a source of invaders. So a source of invaders is a town like this or a city like this. So because this wetlands is not adjacent to the ocean, but it is adjacent to this town, so they basically spread out into here. So we have a little guy here, and the same is true of this wetland. It's not adjacent to the ocean, but it is adjacent to this source, so they're spreading into here. So one of them was already there during setup, but they got to add another one. Okay, so we're good with setup, and now let's kind of look at the adversary, because there's a little more extra loss conditions on here. So normally our loss condition is if this deck runs out. It's a deck of, let's see, I think it's 3, 4, and then 5. So 12 turns essentially, and then we lose if we haven't met our victory condition by then. We also lose if we don't have any presence on the board. So our presence can be destroyed, and if we ever have none, we lose. Now our third additional loss condition from playing Russia is hunters swarm the island. So we need to put beasts destroyed by adversary rules onto this panel. If there are ever more beasts on this panel than on the island, then we automatically lose. So they're coming in and destroying our beasts. So we're playing level 1. We'll get into the stage 2 escalation here in a second. We're playing level 1. So this tells us our fear card setup. Normally, there's 3, 3, and 3. So we have to do a little extra fear because there's a 4 here. We do extra fear to win in this one. And then we have a game effect. So hunters seek, shell, and hide. So during setup, on each board, okay, so this is why some of the things are the way they are. We add 1 beast and 1 explorer to the highest numbered land without a town or a city. So I believe that is why that is here in the highest level land without a town or a city. That is number 8. So we got a beast and we got an explorer. During play, all explorers do +1 damage. We'll get into damage as we go. When Ravage adds Blight, we'll get into all this as we go. There are a lot of rules, but it'll kind of make more sense as we play. When Ravage adds Blight to a land, including Cascades, we have to destroy a beast in that land. So normally when a Blight, which is this nasty gray token, when that gets added to our land, we have to destroy one of our presence, and that's it. That's another loss condition too. There's X amount of Blight on this card. If we ever run out, we flip it over, and if we ever run out again, we lose. So normally Blight just destroys our presence, but now it also destroys beasts. And that basically, if that blight destroys a beast, it goes onto this card. And if there are ever more on this card than there are in our island, then we lose. And then stage 2 escalation, we'll get to that if we get to stage 2. But okay, so at the start of every round, we take what's called a growth phase. So we have 3 options here. In this game, you're going to be playing cards and resolving those effects, and then they go to a discard pile. Now, this first option here, you get everything in a selection. So I can reclaim cards. This is how you get your cards back so you can play them again. So in this case, I already start with all 4 of my cards up here, so there's no point in reclaiming. And then this symbol means you get to add some more of my presents. So I've got 2 tracks full of presents. The leftmost starts available. And you see these are mud. Oh, you can zoom. Whoa. These are mud presents to match my spirit. So when you add a present, you add the leftmost covered one onto the board. And the top row, that's going to gain me money every round. And the bottom row tells me how many cards I'm allowed to play every round. So you have to kind of find that balance of which one you want to uncover. So this would let me add a presence, and this is at a range of 0. So that means it has to be where I already have presents. Option 2, I can add 2 separate instances of presents, both at a range of 1. So I can add a presence here. Whenever you count range, you count from where you have presents. So I could add it here, or here, or here, or here as my first one. And then I could add another one at range 1. So let's say I added it to this mountain. Now this sand is within range 1. So I could add my second one there. So that's how you spread your presence. And the last one is I can gain a power card. This is how you get more cards into your hand. Add a presence and gain 2 energy. Energy is what we use to pay cards. So, okay. The only other thing I want to go over before we start is I have a special rule. We'll get into the innate power and powers and all that good stuff as we go. So I have a special rule. Offer no firm foundations. So at my sacred sites, that's where I have 2 or more presents. Build actions add an explorer instead of a town or a city. So basically, I slow down their building, which is good. So right now, they're going to build here. This is kind of how it works. We know they explored there, so the next round they're going to build there. So normally they're going to build a town or a city, but in this place, because I have 2 presents, they're only going to build an explorer. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to, let's just start by adding some presents. So I'm going to add 1 present up to 1 away. So I have to decide if I want to do, I think I do want 2 card plays, and I want to spread here, and then I'll add a second one, and I will, let's add 1 here. So I'm kind of all over the island for now. So that's my growth phase. After your growth phase, you're going to gain energy. So I already gained my energy. The number of energy you gain is equal to your rightmost uncovered number on this presence track. So 1. So I got $1 to spend. At the top of each card, it tells you the cost. So 1, 0, 0, and 2. So I can't even play this one. I'm allowed to play 2 cards this turn. So this card lets me spend 2 energy to buy a new power card. I only have 1 energy, and I'm about to spend that. So I'm not going to play that card. Let's play these 2 cards. So luckily that my decision was kind of made for me, right? I don't want to play this one because I don't have any money, and this one costs 2, and I don't have any money. So after you choose what cards you want to play, you pay that cost. So you'll see my total money went down to 1. Actually, can I do this? That might be better. This might be better. So I've got 0 money. This is a reminder of what my rightmost uncovered is. So every round I'm gaining 1. This tells me how many cards I have left to play. So I've played my 2. That's why I'm at 0. So everything's going to become automated here. Basically, after you are done playing cards, there's 2 types of powers in this game. There's slow powers, which are blue. So you see the blue turtle, and around the cost, there's the blue. And then there's fast powers, which are red. So you'll see that's in red. Fast powers, you get to resolve immediately after you're done playing your cards. So you get to resolve that before the invaders take their turn. Slow powers, like what I'm doing, happen after the invaders take their turn. So when I hit finish playing cards, the invaders are going to go. So we'll hit finish playing cards. Fast power phase. I don't have any fast powers, so it's going to skip that. Now we go to the invader phase. So they build in the wetlands. We go from left to right down here. So they're building in the wetlands. Yep, they built in both of them. And then they're going to explore from the top of the deck. So we flip that over. They're going to explore into the mountains. Okay. And now we get to the slow power phase. So starting next turn, we're also going to flip an event every turn. It just doesn't happen on the first turn. And that would happen before the invaders go. Now, to kind of go over what happened here. So we can see down here, this wetlands card was in the build spot. So they always go from left to right down this line. So first they'll explore. So next turn they're going to ravage in the wetlands. So it goes from left to right. First they explored in the wetlands, then they built in the wetlands. Next turn they're going to ravage in the wetlands. So when they built, we'll look at this one here. When explorers build, or when the invaders build, they're going to either build a town or a city. They're going to build a town if there's not more towns than cities. If there are more towns than cities, they'll build a city. So there was no cities here, no towns here, so they are going to build a town. And then here they would normally build a town, but because of my special rule, I had a sacred site there, so build actions add an explorer instead of a town. And then we flip this. So they're going to they explored in the mountains. So remember, they can always explore in a land adjacent to an ocean, but they can also explore from a source of exploration, which a town or a city is. So that's why this one, he came from this little city. Okay, so next time they're going to ravage. So I want to stop that. So this is what a card looks like. It's going to have a cost in the top left, which we've already paid. On the left side, left column, is going to have a bunch of different elements that you can produce. So over here is a list of everything I've produced this turn from all of my cards. One, I don't know what they're called. Moon, fire. I think this one's air, water, earth. Maybe this is not. We'll call it mountain. We'll call this one earth, and this one's beasts, I think. So this is what we've generated, which normally doesn't do anything, but every spirit's got some innate abilities that if you meet the threshold for these elements, then you can do that. So this is telling me I've got this line, all the way up to this line. Because I've got 1 moon, 2 water, and 1 mountain, I get this extra ability right here. Okay. So now I get to play these in whatever order I want. So we're trying to prevent. Sometimes it's okay to let them just ravage. But what's this extra rule during setup? So during play, explorers, we got to remember this, that explorers do an extra damage each. So the number of damage that each piece does, it's normally 1 for the explorer, 2 for the town, 3 for the city. But for our game, it's 2, 2, 3. And if they do at least 2 damage to the land, then we get blighted and bad things happen. In our case, if we have to add a blight, then we have to destroy a beast in that land. So we can't let this happen right up here. We have to take care of this. So let's see here. This is push up to 2. Yeah, that's 1 away. How do I deal with this? Gather up to 2. If Dahan and invaders are both present, so that's 1 damage. Still not enough, though. Oh, yeah. Interesting. I probably should have put a sacred shrine there. So I might have to... Yeah, I'm going to have to get money next turn. All right, so let's do this. So... I can't hold it up, but so... Underneath the art, you'll see 3 little spots. So the speed, that's just a reminder this is a slow power, so it goes after invaders. Range, that tells us how far from our presence, what land we can target. And then sometimes there are target land restrictions. So this one, we can target any land that's within 1 of our presence. So I could choose this land. So let's do that right here. So I'm going to choose this land, and then I'm going to gather up to 2 Dahan. That means I can pull them in from adjacent lands. Now, in this case, they're already there. So we'll pull this in here. So I kind of automated it. Gather up to 2 Dahan. There aren't any. And then if Dahan and invaders are present, that's true. I got 1 fear. So every 4 fear we get down here, we get a fear card, which will help us, and that also helps progress through this terror deck. And then I'm doing the last part of it now, which is I get 1 damage. So towns have it's kind of their damage and their health are equal. So normally it's 1 damage for the explorers, 2 damage for the towns, and 3 damage for the cities. That's how much health they have as well. In our game, the explorers have 2 damage, but they still only have 1 health. So unfortunately, I just can't get in there. So I'm actually thinking, let me undo that. Let's do this. So this one, the range, I can go within 2 range of a sacred site, but the land has to have invaders. So I'm going to choose this as my source and go 1, 2. So I'm going to choose here. I get 1 fear, and I can push up to 2 invaders. So I'm going to push these away. I'll push him into here, and I'll push him into here as well. Kind of gives us the same result. And then I will target, let's see. There's a lot of thinking in this game, so try and go quick. Let's go here. So I'm going to gather 2 Dahan. Let's gather 1 from here and 1 from here. And then, if Dahan and invaders are both present, which they are, we get the fear, and I get to do 1 damage. So let's kill one of these invaders, or explorers. And then, at a range of 1 from one of my sacred sites, I'm going to move 1 from the origin sacred site to that target land. Then I get to do a damage, push a Dahan, and I gain a fear. So I think I want to choose here, because that will stop the build. So I move 1 in. I get 1 fear, and I get 1 damage, and then I can push this Dahan. Let's push him here. Okay, so I'm done with all my powers. Time passes, the round ends, essentially. And then, yeah, in game, in as far as the game goes, years have passed. And we're getting stronger as we go. Okay, so it's the next round. I have to do growth again. I'm desperate for money. Now, I can save this Ravage. The problem is I might need to do this and hope I get a good card, because I need to play this card. It will give me a defend 5. But this, they're coming at 4 damage, and I'll get a Blight Cascade. So I think if I let them blight this one, though, they'll get the beast on here, and I'll automatically lose. That'll just be an insta loss. So I can't do that. Let's do this. I'm going to gain a power card first. So let's gain the power card. So we're going to get a minor power card and hope I need to get a 1 cost that can help me here. Defend 2's not bad. Yeah, but it's a non-blighted land. Okay. I need a fast power too. I mean, adding beast is really good for me because that kind of prolongs my loss condition. I like that. So I might just let them blight once and take this card. And it's a 0 cost. Non-blight land. Destroy 1 and a Dahan. Yeah, I don't want to destroy Dahan. Yeah, let's take this and try and just put a bunch of beasts out. Okay. Then I'm going to add a presence. Let's see. Oh, so the plant is green, and earth, I believe, is the mountain. Let's try and get some money going here. I would like to go here, get a sacred site there. I've got 4 money. Okay, I need to play this. Well, I guess now the thing is, no, I would have had to destroy the Dahan. I guess I could have prevented both. Do I let them Blight Cascade, or do I just add a beast and then let them destroy that beast? I might take the risk. Let's take a risk. Let's take the risk. Let's play this and this. Okay, so this lets me add a beast. So as to go range 1 from one of my presents in a land without blight. So let's add it. Oh, Sorry, finish playing cards. All right. Yeah. We're going to add a beast. Let's add it here. And then a range 1. We can target any land. And I'm going to get defend 5. So I don't want them. I think at this point I'd rather lose a beast because I have another one out than my presence. I don't want a Blight Cascade either. So we'll defend 5 there. I get a fear. So we get our first fear card. So we're in round 2. So things are going to change up a little bit. And then it'll be consistent from here on out. So now after we're done playing our fast cards, we do an event phase. So we're going to flip an event card. This checks what stage we're in. We are in terror level 1 right now. So this says... Oh, so it automatically just knows where this. So in lands with Dahan, 1 Dahan and 1 town do not participate in ravages. So they're not going to take or deal damage. So that's great. So we're going to resolve that. Now the beasts in each land with a beast, 1 damage per beast. Okay. So we'll do 1 damage. We'll choose this land. 1 damage per beast. Get rid of this guy. And then here, 1 damage per beast. It wasn't enough to kill that town. And then speak of the spirit's anger. For each board, 1 fear if any Dahan are in lands with a town or a city, which we have that. So we're going to get 1 fear for that. Nice. And then if you've got any fear cards, which I do, after the event phase, you get the fear phase. So this should help. It might help us. So each player adds 1 strife and a land with presence. Okay. So, in a land with presence, I've got defend 5 here. This one will be good. They're not going to participate. So, I'm thinking I'm just going to put it on this jungle spot and just try and set up for later. So they're ravaging the wetlands. Normally what this means is they'll do damage. Yeah, it's all going to go fast, so I'll tell you what happened here. After we do everything. Exploring the jungle. So they're doing their whole invader phase. Okay. So they ravaged in the wetlands. So remember, every explorer does 2 damage. So they did 4 damage to this land, but I put out 5 defend. So nothing happens. And then up here, because of our event card, it told us in a land with a Dahan and a town or a city, 1 Dahan and 1 town or city doesn't participate in that ravage. If they had, so they just didn't do damage. If they had, this town would have done 2 damage. When invaders do damage, they do damage to the Dahan and the land simultaneously. Dahan have 2 life. So in this case, if he had done 2 damage, he would have killed our Dahan and then done 2 damage to the land. If they do at least 2 damage to the land, they add a blight from the blight card, which is bad for us. If after all of that, there are any Dahans still alive, they'll hit back for 2 damage each. So in this case, it just kind of negated the whole ravage. So that's what happened. Then they built in the jungles. They did not build in this jungle because there was a disease token. If there's a disease token, instead of actually building, you just remove the disease. And then there was nobody to build here. They have to have at least 1 piece, 1 invader piece to build. So I canceled that by not having any pieces there. So they didn't do either build. And then they explored in the jungle. So that's why they have a new person here and a new person here. And now we get to do our slow step. So this is just going to let me spread presence, which So next turn I'm probably going to reclaim and add a presence, which is fine. They're going to ravage in the jungle. Where can I see my discard? Is it here? Aha. But these are slow. So that... I don't know if I want to do this. I might just... actually, yeah. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, I have to target a land with invaders, that's why. Okay, well, that's okay. So we're in a new year. And I've got no cards. I've got 1 card. But I really need to get more cards. So I'm going to reclaim my cards. Just give me all my cards back. And I get to put out 1 presence at a range of 0. I believe it's 0, right? Yeah. So we know they're going to ravage in the mountains. I could defend that with this. It cost me $2. And then, excuse me, I could play something like that. So let's get an earth out. Oh, yeah, I might just try and prevent the one here. So let's get a second. We'll get a shrine there. I've got $4. I can play 2 cards. So we definitely want to play the defend too. I'd like to add another beast, but I think I start playing this one. So I got lucky. I've got both my beasts out, which is nice. This would give me a fear and push up to 2. Or I could gather up to 2 if they're both there. That's slow, though. So I did 1 damage. So I don't think I'm going to be able to prevent this. Yeah, I don't think I can prevent this build, so could push these 2. Or I could play this and just pay 2 energy to gain another power card. Maybe I'd just do that, because that would give me that. Yeah, let's try this. Okay. Okay, so I've got this. I'm going to defend 5 here. Perfect. Then we're getting the event. So we have a healthy island right now. We've not put enough blight out for there to be a not healthy island. So seek new farmland. In each land with 2 or more towns, push 1 town to a land without a town. So we don't have any of those. There's no land with 2 or more towns, so we're just going to resolve that. There were no lands with 2 or more, tells us. Cool. Then plagues bring fear and death. 1 fear per board. That's our entire map. With a disease. We don't have a disease on there anymore. On each board, 2 damage to Dahan in a land with disease. So same thing. That's just going to miss. And then engage on their own terms. Usually this bottom one is like the Dahan interacting. So during each ravage, Dahan only deal 1 damage each, but deal damage before the invaders. Not super helpful for us this turn. Doesn't hurt us either, really. Nothing's really going to change. So they're going to ravage in the mountains. So really just here, but I defend 5. And the other one, there was no invaders, so they skipped it. Now they're going to build in the jungles. So they're building a town. And I have a... Oh, yeah. I've got a sacred shrine there, so they're not even going to build a town. They're going to build an explorer. And then they explore in the jungles again. Okay. We are in phase 2 now. So you can see down here, this is a little 2. So it starts with 3 phase 1, then 4 phase 2, then 5 phase 3. Now, when you're playing with an adversary, you see this little castle symbol with the flag. We're going to refer to this stage 2 escalation. So this is going to happen during every stage 2 card with one exception. We'll get to that if we get to it. So stalk the predators. Every turn, we're going to add on each board, add 2 total explorers among lands with beasts. If we can't, instead add 2 explorers among lands with beasts on a different board. In our case, we'll always be able to do it. So it's telling me click a land to add an explorer to. Yeah, we'll put 1 here, and we'll put 1 here. Now they're going to explore in the jungle. Okay. Now we do our slow powers. So I'm going to do this one first. So, oh, you know what? I think when you're playing solo, you can target yourself with this. Click a button. Yeah, so I can pay 1 energy for a power card. That's awesome. Very cool. Let's gain another miner for now. Okay, adding a beast. I already love this. In one of target spirit's lands, if that spirit has. So that lets me add beasts and gives me defend. So I really like this. Gather 1, gathering. The downside is these aren't really the elements. Actually, I want moons and I want mountains. I really like this to have water. Like, this is a perfect card for me as far as elements go. If my presence is present, I get 1 fear and 1 damage. And if the target lands a sand or wetlands, I get an extra damage. I'm going to go with adding the beasts. And then I could essentially buy a second power card, but I don't have the money for it. And then here, I can move my people around. Excuse me. And then, let's see. Move 1 to target land, and then I get 1 damage. So they're going to build in the jungle. And they're going to ravage in the jungle. So I'm getting jungle back to back, which isn't super fun. But I might just need to do that. Let's go try and take care of this one. So we'll move one in here. We do 1 damage. Boom. And do I have to do this? I do, I think. We'll push the Dahan just here for now. Okay. End of the round. Okay. Back to our growth phase. Got good cards in hand. So they're going to Ravage here. This Strife token, this blue token, means this Explorer will skip the next Ravage. But we got to remember all these Explorers, sorry, this town will skip the next Ravage. So that 2 damage isn't going to happen. But each of these Explorers is hitting for 2. So that's 8 damage here, and it's 3 damage here, 2 and 1. Or sorry, 2 and 2, so it's 4 damage. So this would let me add a beast. But right now, adding a beast doesn't super help. Okay, this one might. So add a spirit if I've got that. So that could give me defend 4 if I add a presence there. And then I could defend. Defending 5 here is just not enough. But if I add another thing here, I could play a 3rd card. But yeah, I don't think that's going to help. So I think I'm just going to get a Blight. And both of these Dahan are going to get destroyed. If I defend 5 there, 1 Dahan will survive. So maybe I'll do that. So I think I have to reclaim my cards. Yeah, and I'll put this out here so I can play 3 cards now. Perfect. And I got $3. So yeah, I'm going to play this one, and I might just add another land or another beast. This might help. I mean, adding beasts, I think, is just going to be good. And that lets me add another beast, too. Oof. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. So I could add a beast here. And then if I played this one, target that same land. Because it already has a beast, I could push 2 of those. So I'd have a defend 4 there. They're hitting for 4. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Okay. All right, let's see if I did it. So we're gonna choose this, add 1 beast in one of target spirit's land. So I'm gonna choose myself. I get to add a beast here, and now I get 4 defend because I have a sacred shrine there. Then I'm gonna choose swarming wasps. So I'm gonna choose the target land where I add a beast, or if the target land already has a beast, I can push up to 2 defenders. So I'm going to push up to 2 defenders. So I'm going to push this guy. Right now, we're not dealing with the sands or the mountains. So let's push him here. Let's push them both here. So right now, they're hitting for 4. I've got 4 defend, which is awesome. And then with this one, I'll do the defend 5 here. Yeah, and we got another fear card. Nice. Okay, so we should be good. So we're flipping an event. We do have a healthy island still. So we have to choose a land with a city and build there. So we only have 1 city. They're going to build there. Yep. And then beasts chase off homesteaders. On each board, push up to 2 explorers or 1 town from a land with beasts. Okay. On each board, push up to 2. I don't think I'm worried about that now. So I think I want to leave these guys. I definitely want to leave these guys. I want to leave these guys. Although, they're doing 2 each. If I push this little guy, I could kill this town. But I might just leave it. So maybe I'll push. Let's push this. We'll just push him. I have a defend 5 here. 2, 4. Oh, that'd be 6, which is fine. Let's push him in here. On each rally to the defense of distant kin. On each board, gather 1 Dahan into a land with Dahan. In that land, defend 1 per Dahan. Perfect. So we're going to choose here. We're going to gather him in. That gives us another +2 defense. Nice. Let me get our fear card. We're still in terror level 1. So during the next normal build, we skip. Oh. I think we skip. What do we get? On the next normal build, skip the lowest numbered land matching the invader card. So they're going to build in the jungles this turn. So we're going to skip that in the lowest numbered jungle, which is here. So what happened here? They are hitting for 2, 4, 6 damage. They hit for 6, but I have 7 defend. So it doesn't even go to the Dahan. And now we get to, the Dahan get to hit back for 2 damage each. So we're going to go 2 damage to this town and 2 damage to that town. Every time you destroy a town, you get a fear. So we'll get 2 fear for that. Yep. And then, yeah. Why did I destroy that? Why did that town get destroyed? Wait, what? Oh yeah, because I keep thinking the explorers have an extra health. They don't. So yeah, I did 4 damage back to them. Nice. Okay, cool. They only get +1 attack. Okay, so they got the Coastal Lands card. So this is the only level 2 card where we don't do that little escalation. Okay, and then I get to do this. So they're going to build in all these coastal lands, but this just lets me move. I don't think... Actually, yeah. Let's do that. Okay, next round. I am tempted to reclaim my cards because I have no fast power. So they're going to ravage in the jungle. Here, I'm good. There's nobody in here. But here, they would kill both my Dahan and get rid of my presence. So, yeah, we're going to reclaim here. I get to put out 1 presence. I'd like to get 3 money a turn. Let's put you there. Very nice. Okay, so we're going to play 3 cards again. I like this. It's like a cheaper way to defend, which is really nice. We get to add a beast and defend 4, so that takes care of that. Now, if there were a way to... I could move those away. It's not enough. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to go for... It's damage. Gather up to 2 Dahan. If 1 Dahan, 1 fear, 1 damage. It's not super helpful right now. I think I just add beasts. And then... Yeah, let's just play a cheap card and set up. Oh, what I really like though is... That's okay. Yeah, that's not that helpful. All right, let's finish playing cards. So fast powers. I'm going to choose here. Oh, why can't I choose here? Oh, I choose me. I got a beast. 4. So I don't think we're going to lose from the beasts. Hopefully. And then here, I can add a beast. Or, if it already has beasts, I could push them. But pushing these 2 isn't going to stop them from building. So I think I just add a beast. I will add that beast here. Event card. Healthy Island. Explore actions add +1 explorers to lands that don't have a town or a city. So that's sand. Well, actually, it depends on where they explore. So that's okay. That's not too bad. Layer in untamed lands on each board. Add a beast. Wow, we already have a lot of beasts. To a land without a town, city, or a blight. So without a town, a city, or a blight. Yeah, let's just get one. Oh, that has a blight. Yeah, okay, let's get one here. On each board, gather 1 or 2 Dahan into a land without Dahan setup symbols. Interesting. I don't think I'm interested in... I guess I have to do it? Or I have to click 1. Yeah, maybe I will actually pull 1 in here. And I'll finish gathering. Okay, so they're going to ravage in the jungle here. Got 4 defend. We hit back for 4. Nice. They're building in the coastal lands. They're going to build that. Oh, yeah. Nice. I didn't even think about that. because I had the sacred site, they don't get a town, they get an explorer instead. And then because we killed everyone in the jungle, they skipped their build there. Then they're exploring in the wetlands. So they did get that little symbol again. So on each board we add 2 explorers among lands with beasts. Okay. Excuse me. I am totally fine with adding one here, because they'll just, same thing, they'll ravage there again. He'll just die. And then maybe this. Let's just add one to this jungle here. So they're exploring the wetlands. Oh, nice. Look at us. We're accidentally doing all this stuff. So this wetlands here, they actually didn't get to explore here because it is not adjacent to the ocean, and it is also not adjacent to a source of exploration, which is a town or a city. So there's no town or city here, no town or city here, here, or here. So they're kind of isolated a little bit, so they couldn't explore there, which was really nice. Okay, and that's back to us. So they're going to ravage here and here. Here is bad, because they're hitting for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. So that might be tough. And then here they're hitting for 4 damage. But they're going to build here. Oh, there's little... Look at that. So they're going to ravage here. They're going to ravage here. So I can basically move one thing. So I could stop a build somewhere, which is nice. Yeah, so we're going to... Oh, why can't I choose this? 1 away from a shrine. Yeah. Oh, click to choose the originating land. I see. So we'll choose for it to originate here. Nice. So that moves in there. And then here, I can push up to 2. So if I push... Oh, what I really should have done... Actually, yeah, we can go back. So we're going to do this. Push these 2. We got a fear. So now we are on fear level 2, terror level 2. So now we instantly win if there are no towns or cities on the board. So we've got one city and 2 towns. I'm going to push these 2 away. Let's push them here. So that buys us... They're not going to build there at all because there's no one there. And with here, let's move into there. Maybe we can stop a build in there. Okay. Next round. Okay. So defend 5. I might just reclaim again. It's been pretty good for us. We get those good cards back. We're going to get $5. Yeah. Just add beasts out the wazoo. So moon or water? We're pretty good with moons. That gets us 2 moons. Yeah, let's get a water. So we're going to put that there. So now when they build here, we'll just get an explorer, which is nice. So if we do... That would let us do 4... I think if we play these 3 cards... Oh, it's kind of a bummer. But if we do that, then we can defend 5 here. So they're hitting for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can defend 5 there. We can also add this, add a beast, and then... Oh, I have to have a thing there, though. Okay, what I could use... This. Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Finish playing cards. We are going to defend 5 there. We are going to, instead of adding a beast, we're going to push up to 2 of these guys into here. Because now in this mountain, they're hitting for 5, but we have 5 defense. And then here, we're going to add a... Oh, why can't I do this? Oh, I choose me. So I add a beast in my land. If I have a shrine there, I get 4 defend. So we just saved all ravages, unless this event card messes us up. So invaders surge inland on a coastal land on each board. Move 1 town, 1 or 2 lands inland. Interesting. Yeah. Not really what I wanted, but that's okay. During Ravage, in every land, defend 1 per Dahan there. Okay. I would have liked that town to stay there because my Dahan would have killed it. But that's okay. I get my Fear Step. We're in Terror level 2 now, so each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with 2 or fewer invaders. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with them ravaging here. I'm okay with them ravaging here. I guess I could just save this jungle. I'd love to remove a town, but yeah. Man, that would have been great had that event not pushed this guy, but that's okay. I'll just remove this guy. Okay, so they're ravaging the coastal lands. Defended. 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 Boom. Building in the wetlands. They're only going to get an explorer, and then they won't build there, and then they're exploring in the mountains. Now I need to do this little thing again. We're adding 2 explorers and lands with beasts. So they're done in the sands, really, so I might just do these 2 sands again. Call it a day. Yeah, they're in the mountains again, eh? Okay. Slow powers. Yeah, my slow powers are not good. It's just helping me move. Oh, I did get level 2. Okay, so I can get 1 damage. Oh, so I can kill this. I can kill this city. Yeah. We're going to originate from the jungle. I get 1 damage to finish off that city. So cities and towns or anything, damage is not persistent from round to round. So my Dahan did 2 damage that he had 1 life left. If I had waited till next round, he would have gone back up to 3. So that was really helpful because I got us 2 fear as well, which got us a fear card. And then I do have to push this Dahan. We'll push him into here. Okay, next round. I'm kind of in a loop now. I'll probably do that again. Yeah, because I don't really want him to ravage here. I'll lose a presence. And that loop is working really well for me. I'm slowly trickling my presence out. I mean, really, there's only 2 towns. We're on... Yeah, terror level 2. If I could destroy those 2 towns, we'd just win. I don't have a lot of damage, though. Now, I could gain a power card and just reclaim next turn. Let them get a presence or a blight there. Maybe I'm okay with that. Let's gain 2 energy. We'll add a presence. We'll add the presence. Do I want the moon right now? Yeah, I do want the moon right now. Let's add it here. Okay. We're going to gain a power card. I'm tempted to get a major power card. To get a major power card, you have to forget a card. I'm going to do it. So these are stronger cards. They usually cost a little more. And you have to forget one of your own cards. So, water. So these are slow. I'm looking for... I first want to look at something fast. So this costs me 3. I could get 3 fear. And after town, cities, or Dahan are destroyed in target land, 1 damage per 1 destroyed. Interesting. I don't love that card, though. Sweep into the sea cost me 4. So I'm pretty broke here. So the 3, it does give me a moon, which is good. Ow. Oh, but I can get 4 water, no problem here with Cleansing Flood. 10 damage. Well, I get 4 damage. I get to remove a blight, and then I get... Yeah, let's just buy this, and we'll stash up. So I can forget a card I've already played. Maybe I'm okay with getting rid of this swarm now. Because I want water. 1, 2, 3. So I almost want to keep this. Yeah, let's get rid of the wasps now. They've done their job. Okay, 3 cards. I'm just gonna save my money this turn. Well, actually, this would get me. Excuse me. So range 1 from a wetland. So I could target this own wetland. I'd get 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. That leave 1. Oh, but this is slow. This is slow. So they're going to get the Ravage there anyways. So, yeah, I think I just slow play here. Save my monies. Yeah. So they'll have a good turn here. They're going to get to Blight us, but Blight is a resource, so it's okay to spend it. And maybe this event will save us. So coastal towns multiply on each board. Add a town to a coastal land. Add a town to a coastal land adjacent to a coastal town. I don't think they have any coastal towns. Yeah, nice. Explorers blunder on each board. Destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. Okay. I mean, they're going to destroy this beast anyways. So, do I just let that lie and I just take care of... They're going to build in the mountains. Yeah, I think I definitely destroy him. Because that just saves me a build. And then... Yeah, let's do one more in here. On each board, add 1 Dahan to a land with Dahan and no blight or disease. Okay. Well, we don't want it here because they'll just die. Here, I like... Yeah, I like it here. Okay. We get our fear card. Maybe this will save us. Each player may downgrade 1 town in a coastal land. So this, fortunately, there was a good thing that happened because they had no towns, and now a bad thing. So that just whiffs. All right, they're going to ravage in the wetlands. So they are going to blight here. They're going to kill our Dahan. They're going to blight. They're going to get their beast on the adversary. So this tells us 1 out of 7. They need 7 to win. They also destroyed my presence. But that's okay. They're going to build in the mountains. That's all they got. They're exploring. So we're in level 3 now. They get to explore in 2 different lands at once. So I think I'm really hoping for a terror level. I need to get to terror level 3. And then I instantly win if there are no cities on the board, which currently there aren't. So if I can do that soon, let's see. I would need to get through 8 more. I need 8 more fear, which before next turn, which will be actually jungle sand. No, they're not going to build any cities. So I could maybe do it in the next 2 turns. So let's start with this. I'm going to pay 1 to get a power card. Let's get a minor power card. Yeah. So we want water, mountain. Like this is good. Just to get the water and mountain. This is, yeah, defend 6 is good. Defend 6 is actually pretty solid. Doesn't get me a water, but it does get me mountain and plant, which I like. Let's take that. And then I'm getting 3 a turn. Do I pay 2 more? I'd go down to 3. Then I'd go up to 6. But I want to play this, which is already 5. So I think I skipped that. Okay. So they're going to ravage in the mountains. I could push 2. So now I get to move 1 from my origin to target land, get a fear, get a damage, push it to Han. Then I get another fear. Then I get another damage, and I get to push it to Han. So that means I could kill this town. I think I could just take care of this. We'll choose from this. Yeah, that's fine. We'll choose it from the sands. We get 2 fear. We get 2 damage. Boom, that's another fear. Nice. Then we're going to choose... Oh, then I have to click it to Han. Push it. We'll push him... We'll push him here. Oh, and another one. Push him here. Okay. Then... We'll do this. We're going to gather 2 to Han. They're coming back, baby. And that means I get to do a damage. Got another fear. So we're 4 fear away from winning right now. And then we'll do this one. We get a fear. And we get to push 2 of these to Han. So we're going to push him here and him here as well. Boom. So no ravages next turn. Next round. We're going to reclaim. We're going to add can I play? We're going to get 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't need to play this card. So, yeah, let's see. Let's try and play 4 cards. We'll put that there. All right. We're definitely doing this. We need 4 waters. So, 1. We don't want this. 3, 4. Okay. I don't know exactly what we're doing. We're going for that because I want to do that big boy card. So we get 1 fear, defend 5. They're ravaging the mountains, so we're just chilling there. So I don't really need the defend. This is just simply to get the fear, and we're gonna put it right. Doesn't matter. Right here. Hopefully it doesn't bite me with the event card. It might. When exploring, so we're in stage 3 now. In each land with at least 2 towns, replace half the towns with cities. I think that's none. Nice. Invaders do not ravage in lands. That's no lands. So that's a whiff. On each board, push 2 to Han from a land with a city to a land without a city. We don't have any cities. Let's go. Fear card. Give me something good. Each player adds 2 strife in a land not matching a ravage card. Okay. We'll add 1 here to this guy. And, oh. This will be the same land. All right, we'll do this. Ravage in the mountains. They whiffed. Building in the jungle and sands. Then they explore in the mountains and the jungles. I think we're about to get this W here. Right now. Maybe. Because that's 4 damage. Do you have any cards that give me fear? Yes, I do. Okay, so we're doing Cleansing Floods. So we have... we don't really need it, but... So we're going to get 4 damage and remove a blight, and then we get an additional 10 damage. So let's do it to this jungle here. There they go. Goodbye. That was the fear we need. Yep, 1 fear. And then, yeah, we'll just do it here. We're going to gather 2 to Han. And then if there's the Han invaders, we get a fear. And that should be victory. Oh. Oh, yeah, because we're going to Terra level 3, and we win if there are no cities. And then we win because there's no cities. We did it. We kind of did it. You know, we cheated a little bit because we didn't start with the jungles. That's what the challenge wanted. And we also played on adversary level 1. So these adversaries... I wonder if I'm allowed to... I can't really look at the board state, can I? Goodbye. Leave our island alone. Let's see if... can we... show details? Okay. Okay, here we go, yeah. So you can go up, you know... This tells you, so basically the level we played on level 1, it tells us what our difficulty total is. So if you played with a normal spirit with no adversary, you just played with no adversary, that's difficulty 0. So because we played with this on level 1, that tells us we played at a difficulty 3. Now you can play at any level here, and it's all cumulative. So if we played Russia level 2, the difficulty would be a 4. There'd be 11 cards in the fear deck. They'd still get this Hunter, Seek, Shell, and Hide. But they'd also get a Sense for Impending Disaster. So the first time, each action would destroy an explorer. If possible, one of those is pushed instead. But we get a fear when that happens. So all this is cumulative, which is pretty cool. So we still played on a fairly low difficulty. But yeah, we did it. Spirit Island. So thanks for watching. I might do this monthly because there's a monthly challenge, and that's, you know, that works. So yeah, I'll see you next month. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.